This video is sponsored by Gaston luga, but I'll talk about them later on in the video. Minasan, konnichiwa, Litze desu. And today I've got an interesting video that's gonna take me quite long to make. I'm gonna be taking a Japanese English exam. I went to the local convenience store and I printed out all these pieces of paper. It's literally so long. Apparently I have to do it in 100 minutes. So it's a common exam, but it's the high level of the common one. So we're gonna see what score I get. 最後にエッセイあるけど、エッセイだけはやめます。やっぱり自分でスコーリングあんまりできないから、普通の質問だけするかな。だから全然100分もかからないと思う。But other than the essay, I'm gonna do all the questions and we'll see what I get. We'll see how many marks I get. I'm confident. I think I'm gonna do well because I'm quite strong in English. Like all through school, English was one of my best subjects. But of course, it has been a long time, and I'm sure they're gonna ask some random questions. So I'm expecting to get a few wrong, but I think I'm gonna do quite well. I'm gonna just film the whole thing of me doing it, and then I'm gonna speed it up for you guys so it's not as long. And then maybe after I've finished, we can go through it and mark it together. And I think this exam is one of the most recent ones, so it's still quite relevant. It's a recent exam, so yeah, let's get it. I'm gonna have a stopwatch on my phone in the background, so I'll show you how long it took me. Right then, before we start the video, a brief word about our sponsor. Gaston luga is a company from Stockholm, and they make exceptional bags. The bag I'm gonna be showing you today is the ruler in black. I think that's how you pronounce it. The design is impeccable and it has so many uses. I've done a video on Gaston luga before, and that was about a different bag. That was this bag, the Splash 16. If you're interested in that bag or interested in learning more about the company, check that video as I go into a lot more detail. One of the main reasons I've done this sponsor now is because they're doing a campaign where you can get 25% off your selected item. The campaign will be running between these dates. And not only that guys, if you buy it now using that campaign, you'll get this pouch for free. If you do miss the campaign and you still want to get a bag, you can use my code, LTZM15 for 15% off. One thing I want to stress guys is these bags are so fashionable, they're so smart, they match any occasion, and I've got so many compliments. So a big thank you to Gaston luga for sponsoring this video. Alright then, back to the video. that was a bit more difficult than I expected. Like some of the wording was actually quite difficult. It took me 29 minutes and that was without the essay. I would probably guess that they're saying here the essay should be 200, 240 words. So I would say the essay would probably take somebody about 30 minutes. So I guess I answered that a bit quick. Although I don't think it was too quick. The thing that really got me in that test was I didn't really have an interest in like the topics, in like the stories and stuff. So it's hard to immerse yourself. It reminds me of school. Anyways, let's mark them and I'll tell you what I got. Alright, so I've got up the answer sheet on my computer and I'm gonna check it and we'll see how many I got. So I just calculated my score and there was 41 questions. On the first sheet, most of the questions just asking about like words, I got right. Pretty much all of them. Of course a few here and there were wrong. The first story was fine, everything's right. The second two. The third one, everything's right. See, this is where I got a few wrong. I'll go through them after. I think I know why. And yeah, so anyways, the score I got, I think it's out of 41. I got 31. So I did get quite a few wrong. It is still a pass. But yeah, I got more wrong than I thought I would do. Like it was definitely more difficult than I thought. Yeah, like there was one here with the word where it said like, the question was, Trent caused a small fire in the kitchen when he forgot to turn the stove off. Luckily, he was able to, and then it's blank, and the flames with a bucket of water before they spread. I didn't know because basically the words were recant, disavow, brandish, or douse. I thought it was dose or douse. I think I've heard that word before, but for some reason I went with disavow. I felt like, oh, I've heard that before, so it's probably not that, but yeah, it was that. So that's where I got a mistake on that one. The story, the first one was actually pretty good. That was fine. This one I got one wrong here. After reading the story, basically, I think the question was, what is the question? So you have to read through it and then it has, that's it, 29 here. So where it says 29, you have to fill in the blank here. So basically of the time, in particular, Brett sought to overturn the common idea that art should 29. But I thought art should always use original ideas, but that was wrong. Can't remember what the right one was. I felt like I kind of rushed these kind of questions, but it's alright. I mean, I didn't expect to get 100 because that's crazy. What is evident from the situation concerning dingoes? Basically talking about that other story, I got one wrong there. This one as well, I got one wrong. This one was fine. So I did get a few wrong, and that could. It was, of course, it's still like still a pass or whatever, but like I can see how this would be so difficult for like people, because a lot of the time when I saw one of the questions, it felt like two of them were right. I felt like either one could be right, because the way they word it, they sound very similar, so it's hard to like differentiate between each answer. And in a few situations there, some of them I must have got right, but in the ones that I got wrong, I felt like this one could be right, but that one also could be right. So it's hard to pick which one, because after reading all the text, you don't of course take 100% of it in, and after when you hear the question, you're like, okay, yeah, well that could be right. I think they word it in a way that makes you think it could be right too, so yeah, that's really difficult, I think. But yeah, it wasn't like too bad, but it's definitely not easy. I'd be lying if I said it was easy. Honestly, I don't think I was trying as hard as I would on a real test, which of course that's true, that's a factor. but I don't think it would have been that much different. And for the Japanese people who passed this test, like that's crazy, well done. That was the first time I've ever done a test designed for non-native speakers. It was actually a good experience. Like I usually wouldn't pick to do a test for fun, but it was good to know what sort of questions you guys get. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. That's it for today. If you did, I'm always trying to make different and interesting videos, so check out some of my other content. I'm sure you'll like it. I always try and make a lot of different videos regarding English and Japanese and comparisons and educational type videos, so if that's something that interests you, subscribe to the channel and check out the content. Alright then guys, well that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye, matane.
Never gonna cope without my faith. I'm never gonna show happiness so late. And with you by my side, yeah, I feel so safe. And baby, for your life, you can count on me. So always come